I feel like I deal with things different than the ones before me, my parents, my grandparents. I think we all do because we have to.
Right.
This is a different machine. This is a different world that we're living in than, the one they came up in.
Willie D Live.
How much of your mother is in you?
I mean, she had me.
I mean, as far as her values and her character, the way she moved.
I think a good part of that, my mom always taught me about like the value of kindness, and she is definitely one of those people. You better dust yourself off and keep going. She is that, and she said that, especially when I was going through, like, what's the next thing? Let's when I was in the studio with my brother and we were trying to find new songs, Gavin.
Yeah.
And she was out trying to shop me a deal. She was out taking meetings with attorneys. She was like, okay, let's get this thing going again. I have that in me. But I'm also my own person. I also have had so many different experiences. Some the same, divorce, obviously. But I've had this generation, our generation is a little different than our parents' generation. Like, I've been in therapy since I was like 16, 17 years old. My mom actually found my therapist. I was going for claustrophobia, but that conversation ended up turning into something else. Thank you, Lord. we only talked about claustrophobia for about 10 minutes. Next thing you know, I'm crying, box of tissue about my childhood and the group and everything else. I'm like, I didn't have me to talk about this. And I think when they were coming up, you had to keep all that to yourself.
That was taboo.
Yeah, you couldn't share, what was going on in the home. You had to protect the family. So, I feel like I deal with things, different than the ones before me, my parents, my grandparents. I think we all do because we have to.
Right.
This is a different machine. This is a different world that we're living in than, the one they came up in. I have her smile. I have her sense of fashion when it comes to like always wanting, especially with home decor and stuff like that. My mom always made sure that, things were nice in the house and just wanting to see things, be beautiful. Like I have that. Yeah. Definitely have that side of her.
Yeah. Speaking of fashion, what happened to Lady L?
Oh, and then speaking of my mom, because she ran that business, we decided because things were changing, especially social media, like, why have all this overhead when you could really just go online? Mm-hmm. So in the process of us saying, all right, you know what, let's just close the stores and just become straight online store and all of that. Unfortunately, my grandmother had dementia and my mom became a full-time caretaker. I was living in LA at the time, so we just got caught up in a rapture. It just never happened.
How long did it take you to get over the arrogance of having a brick and mortar? Because, we want to have that,
I build it.
This is my thing. You see your name
there.
You
in lights.
Somewhere you walk inside. And, yeah.
I got over that quick.
I
started thinking about that lease agreement. I said, you know what? They can have it. I didn't see my name in lights before.
You were like in the richest area of Houston.
What?
All of Houston.
Uptown
like,
Park,
Galleria, man.
next to the tasting room at the time. Like, it was Ferraris and Lamborghinis parked out front of the store. It was a good look. Yeah. But that's all it was. That's all it became after a while. Like, okay, this is a good look. Let's be smart about this. Let's use our wisdom. And if we can make the same amount of money or more online without the overhead, then we're going to do that. Yeah.